Uh, I'm making this video about this OBS Studio because this is mostly what I used to do my screen captures with, although right now I'm actually using Corel's video capture because I actually have one of their video studio from 2017 or something like that on here, which is good. It's nice and handy, but it allows you to pause your videos, which is nice because this doesn't do that. OBS, that's the one major flaw it has. You cannot pause your video, but you can at least tell how long it is. But like the Corel capture I'm using, you can't. But it's a nice lightweight little application. But anyway, this is free though, and Corel isn't. So although Corel's not expensive, it's like 70 or 80 bucks or something like that for the Visual Studio or the Video Studio Pro or whatever it is. But and that's a full-blown video editor, and it's nice. But this though is free, and it's just a screen capture, and but it's also for streaming. But I don't know how to use that, and because I don't do streaming, so. But basically I use a start recording. In order to do that, you got to basically set up a scene. Usually by default the program comes with one scene, and so you normally don't have to mess with that, and usually I don't. But like I got this scene created, and you got to add a source to it. So and I'll just set up another source because you can have several of them. Let's see. Yeah, it's got to be like display capture should be your source. Now I don't know what all these other things do. I mean, it's because again I just use it for this one purpose, and but it does a lot of other crap. But it's a little tricky to use. But I guess it's open source, so if you don't like it, modify it, right? Learn the program and modify it. But let's see. But yeah, just do display capture and call it whatever you want. So I'll just leave it at that. Okay, and that's the default display capture. Let me turn this off. So these little eyes, allow you to turn on and off the various call this flight test. Turn on that eye. Now, this can't be right. Well, let me try this again. Wait, maybe this is the one I just created. No, it doesn't look like it, because normally when you create one, it normally it defaults to your whole desktop. So let me try it again. So display capture. I'm pretty sure that's what it's supposed to be. It's been a while since I've set one of these up. Yeah, I don't know why this is working this way. Let's see. Huh. Like I said, maybe I'm choosing the wrong thing. Let's see. So I got this one. Let me see what the properties of it are. Yep, it's just a display cap HD. I mean, I guess this is a display capture. I don't know why it's working this way. So that's what I'm saying. This program's kind of funky. I mean, it seems like it behaves inconsistently too. That's what's weird. But it could just be it's just too complex. It's certainly not user-friendly, and again, that's why programmers should never design software. They don't know how. So they just can't conceive of how normal people actually use things. Yeah, I don't know what to say here. Yeah, because I mean, normally, again, when you create, well, I can try just doing it this way. I'll try to create a whole new scene. Scene 3, that's fine. Okay, and then let's add a source to it. let's see, media source, image slideshow, video capture. Well, maybe it's video capture device. Yeah, that's what it should be. That's what I was doing wrong. Yeah, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be display capture. I guess it should be video capture device. I guess. I don't know. No. Okay. Well, that's actually trying to capture my webcam. So you could do that too. I guess it can capture your webcam. And I guess you can actually, because I've never done this before, but you can shrink and scale it. Now, if you hold down the Alt key and drag one of these things, it'll usually scale it. And this is the limit of the display, so I can't make it any bigger, but I can crop it this way. Whereas without holding any key, if you just grab a handle, you can change the size of it, and of course you can change the position of it. Okay, so let's try to add, again, it probably is a display capture, I guess, because that's the only other option it could be. But again, this thing's, just a bit capricious. Create new, okay, and display capture 2 is probably fine. Okay, there we go. Because that's what it normally does. It normally captures the whole display, so, and that's what I expected it to do. Okay, and I guess you can change the order of it by dragging and dropping. So now we got this overlaid on top of this. However, this is like a 4K desktop, so it's way too big. And by the way, before I get any further into this, let's see. Uh-oh. Huh. Oh. Well, yeah, well, I guess the reason, it's not capturing my audio, but I guess that's because, I'm using Corel, so it's probably overriding that. I assume is what's going on. Oh, hell. Okay. Yeah, I assume that's what's going on. I hope that's true. Let me try. Okay. I want to be flagged on YouTube for playing somebody's song. Okay, but yeah, that's got this. My Corel is not capturing the desktop audio, so that's why it's capturing the mic. So this won't capture the mic, but normally this will capture the mic and the desktop audio if you want it to. But you can turn these various things off by doing that. So I guess you can adjust the settings. But another thing you've got to be aware of is the settings area. Okay, and like I said, you got general stuff. I'm not going to go through all these because they're kind of complicated, but I think most of these I left default. But the one you're going to be kind of interested in is this output, because this tells you where your destination folder is. So that's what I mostly used here. I think these are all default, but you can see the recording input or format, here, and so it's got these different formats, but this MP4 seems to give a good compression ratio, because that's why I like this this video capture, because it actually makes pretty compact videos. I do a lot of recording with this to keep video archives, and I like my videos being as small as possible. However, I do like this Corel, what I'm using right now, because I can actually capture it at lower frame rates. I like this video you're watching is like 15 frame per second, so which is fine for a video like this. So it makes even smaller videos, but just because it captures at a lower frame rate. I haven't figured out how to do that with this yet. I imagine you can, but I just haven't seen how to do it. Here's the audio section, which again I think I pretty much left by default. Now this though comes in handy because this is your output, but this is confusing as hell. But you can see here, okay, you know, you got this output, so that's your scaled resolution. Like I said, this is really confusing. Then you got these three, you know, so this is like my, you know, I'm on a 4K monitor, so that's the main resolution, but I can capture these others. But you can just type into this, so you know, I can type my own custom resolution and do the same here. So if you're ever messing with these because you want to make a smaller video, as I said, right now this is 720p, but I mean I can easily convert up to 1080, you know, or higher, you know, as the case may be. But I like my videos to be okay resolution, but maybe not too high. Just kind of keep the size down. And then, you know, well, here's frame per second. Now, I guess I can do lower frame per second on this. Huh? I never noticed that before. I wonder if I can just type. I doubt it. No, I can't just type my own. But anyway, but yeah, I guess I can do lower frame rates here. Huh? That's cool. I'll have to keep that in mind. But I do a lot of recording of, you know, like I have a hopper, for example, and so, you know, I like to actually record some of the videos so I can dump them off the hopper. Sometimes, you know, capture video clips and things like that. So it's handy using this because I can actually do the Dish Anywhere thing, which I hate Dish Network, by the way. Need to make a video about how crappy that is. Do not ever go with Dish. On the other hand, I don't know if it's any worse than like Cox Cable, but it's sure as hell no TiVo. And if it weren't for the fact my TiVo died, I'd still be using that. Because nothing compares to that. TiVo is absolutely the best. Even though, you know, they've gone in some bad directions, but boy, they are still way the hell better than anything else I've seen from like Cox Cable or Dish Network for damn sure. But anyway, point is I can record, you know, some video clips off my, you know, hopper, you know, using this thing, and I often do because it actually makes really good videos. But at any rate, you know, this is how you mess with your screen resolution. Again, it's a little complicated, but generally the rule of thumb is have both of these equal to each other as much as possible, because beyond that, this is just confusing. I still have not figured this out yet. It makes you pull your hair out. So just make sure both of these numbers are the same, whatever resolution you want to set it at. The rule of thumb is, though, is this will give you your general mainstream resolution. So if you want to set it 1080p, do that, right? Okay, and then come and you can do the same here, if it'll work. See? So, but again, I really like keeping it at 720p for most of my stuff. So, but just make sure these two numbers are the same. But beyond that, go ahead and cancel it. There's no reason to adjust it, because that's where I want it. But yeah, we have this display, and it's got my whole desktop on it. So what I need to do is shrink this sucker down. Like so. And it takes a little while, but so anyway, just get it to a manageable size. Then I go in and again hold my Alt key and drag it. So let's say I wanted to focus on this right here. Again, I got my Alt key held on, you know, down continuously right now. So anyway, I got that. Now let's expand it a little bit. Of course, that's too wide, obviously. So hold the Alt key again. And you can, you know, it'll kind of snap into the corner, so that's what's kind of cool about it. So, you know, got it here, and it snaps there. I can center it, and then kind of, hell, you gotta watch it, because sometimes it doesn't catch the fact that you're holding the Alt key down. But now I don't have to do this. I mean, I can just leave it like this if I don't want to capture the whole thing, and it'll just have black bars on it. Because what you see in this window here is what's going to be output into your video file. So, you know, it's however you want to arrange that. In fact, I don't even have to make it full size. I mean, I could like do this for whatever reason. Let me see something here. I'll go to YouTube and play one of my videos. I don't have to worry about me copywriting myself or suing myself.
Okay, I'm trying to go through this video.
Alright, voila.
And it's creating a database again.
And see, you can see the audio showing up.
From 2011.
But at any rate, you know, so like I said, if I wanted to just copy that, you know, I could. You know, I could just hold my Alt key down and drag these suckers. Okay, and then release the Alt key and, you know, scale it. So, you know, so I mean, I could do it like that, for example, and, you know,
where you get to choose between the various different items, and you...
Oh, that's somebody else's video I'm making a video of. But at any rate, the fact of the matter is, though, is that, you know, you can basically record it like this. So I guess I can video capture.
Are looking for towards the bottom.
Let me try to
let me
back out of this. Damn it. Okay, Bert C++ videos. Okay.
In this video, I'm going to show you one way to go about setting up a form for a C++ program in the new Visual Studio 20.
Anyway, that's probably enough, so let me go ahead and stop recording. Okay, okay, let's see. I think, no, that's not it. Oh, see, this is capture 01. I think this is, well, let's see, where the hell did I try to find out where my videos are stored at? I'm not sure. Okay, it's on K, and this is not on K here, so let me go find it. Bear with me here. Yeah, here we go. Okay, yeah, here it is. Okay, so this is the video I just created.
Are looking for towards the bottom a service space database. Don't go to local.
So, and of course, not picking up my mic because it's you know the.
In this video, I'm going to show you one way to go about setting up a form for a C++ program in the new Visual Studio 20.
Let's see. Media information. So you can see, if we look at the codec here, you know, its resolution is 1280 by 720. So, you know, basically you can see that it recorded, you know, in that format that you saw in the settings there. And of course, you know, you can see that what it recorded, you know, is pretty much identical to what you're seeing here. So, like I said, everything you see in this black box is what will be in your output. So you got to wrap your head around that. But beyond that, I've showed you the basics of how to scale it and how to kind of use it. Now, there is another way to. Oh, and here's another little useful tool I use like all the time, and it's called the output timer. Because that's what is the other nice little thing about this that Corel doesn't have, is the ability to actually set a timer. So, you know, I can actually set the length of my video and just hit start, and it'll record right up until, you know, that timer runs out, and then it'll stop automatically. So that's nice. And you can do the same thing with streaming. Apparently, again, I never streamed anything, but you can do it. But there is another way too, by the way, of adding the ability of manipulating your screen size, and I used to use this, but I don't anymore. But basically, you know, you can come in and add these filters. Hold on. Yeah, just right click it and add filters, and you go in here and hit the plus. Okay, so you can add, you know, so you got these like chroma key, so if you wanted to do a green screen or something like that, you know, you could do it. I've actually never done that. I wonder. Let's see, chroma key. Well, I guess you probably wouldn't be able to. Yeah, because it's actually grabbing the greens, and there's a lot of greens in my desktop. You know, well, you can't see that, can you? Well, yeah, you can. Huh, that's weird. Huh, that's strange. Yeah, because see, this is the program. It's almost like the chroma key is actually affecting Corel. That is strange. Oh, no, it's not. I mean, duh. I'm looking at this thing, I'm getting confused. Yeah, this is the chroma key. I'm sorry, I'm off my meds. But you can see that I'm actually filtering out the green from the background. So, you know, basically if I were to make a video, it's possible to insert something else behind it at some later date in video editing, you know, using chroma key. So, I mean, I assume you could have some kind of something behind this or something like that. Anyway, I've never screwed with it, but let me go ahead and remove it. And I'm saying you can add a filter such as crop pad, which is what I used to use exclusively, and the reason is that, see, okay, you got, you know, coordinates, you know, so I could say like 500, 500, I guess. Well, let me try this again. I don't know what it's doing right there. That's weird. Not what I'd expect. Okay, you know, say left top, that'll be a coordinate up here, but then right and bottom. I'm not really sure what that means. It's supposed to be relative, so anyway, I usually use it like this though. So what you do is, you know, I can set a width like 50 by 50 or 500 by 500, but then I control its position, you know, Y being the vertical, so I can put it like 100 and then like 1,000 for example, 1,000 for example. So that's actually putting it like, you know, well, you can kind of see it's like right here. So, you know, it's, you know, if you kind of zoom in on it, or, you know, make it, you know, 720p for example, you know, which is, you know, that's 720p pretty much. You know, and you can control its position, but you know, you have to go through a lot of screwing around, and in the end it doesn't quite work out right. So you know, it'll kind of screw things up. So that's why I just never use it anymore, because it's just too funky. It really confuses you. So so again, you know, you can see your displays there, but well, I can't see anything. I don't know what happened to it. I don't know what that red dot was. Oh, that must have been well, anyway, it's gone. I mean, I can't you know, but again, you'll get capricious behavior like that, and that's why I just don't use it. It just turned out to be easier, you know, to do it the way I've been doing it, because otherwise you're just going to be pulling your hair out all the time like I did. I mean, I was screaming at the computer a lot. I was reluctant to actually adjust its scale, but you know, because I was afraid it would slow the thing down, but it doesn't appear to. But this is an i7 I'm running it on, but it's an older i7. And this is from early 2017. It's 2016 model i7, so it's not the fastest computer. It's only 4 core, so it's certainly not the fastest i7. So it's the cheapest i7 on the market. I'll put it to you that way. It's a Dell, but it's the cheapest i7. But at any rate, the point is this gives you an idea of how it works. And then, like I said, you create a file. Let's see, where was that? This file here, to give you an idea, was 8 megabytes, and it is 30 frames per second. It's 2 minutes, or it's 28 seconds long. It's not big, and that's not a very good example, but it's half a minute long. So be roughly 16-17 megabytes per minute. So we've got 170 megabytes for 10 minutes, and 1.7 gigabytes for an hour and a half plus. So which is not bad for a 720p video, I suppose. And again, but this is a little deceptive because this is such a short video. I mean, oftentimes, but what's funny is it depends on the source. If I'm actually capturing something like on YouTube, which I do sometimes capture videos on YouTube that I like to keep in my records, just like that one video I just showed, that had that guy with an English accent on it. I was capturing that because I was afraid, well, eventually they might remove the video, so I wanted to make sure I had my own copy of it. And but videos I record off YouTube, can be smaller sometimes than like on the Hopper. For some reason, the Hopper videos are way bigger than they should be. They're still within reason, but they're bigger than they should be for the same exact settings. So it's just kind of weird. But in any event, the point I'm making is that this is kind of how to use it, and it's actually reasonable, what you'll come out with. So anyway, I thought I'd lay that out for you. And by the way, these are like video clips. So anyway, but but again, it's still missing the pause feature, which, like I said, I just used here to, kind of make my point on this Corel thing. It's nice to be able to pause the recording. If you try that here, it'll just stop. I mean, that's the only option you have. And a lot of people complained about that, but they won't do anything about it. Again, that's open source for you.